Once, in a quiet village surrounded by lush forests and rolling hills, there lived a young boy named Hiroshi. Hiroshi was a bright and curious soul, always asking questions about the world and the mysteries of life. He often wondered about the secrets of happiness and fulfillment, and his curiosity grew with each passing day. One day, Hiroshi heard tales of a wise sage who lived on the highest peak of the village's mountains. The sage was known to possess deep wisdom and knowledge, guiding those who sought the truth. Determined to find the answers to his burning questions, Hiroshi decided to visit the sage. The journey was long and arduous, but Hiroshi's determination never wavered. He climbed the steep mountain trails, pushing through fatigue and doubts, until he finally reached the sage's dwelling, a simple hut surrounded by a tranquil garden. The sage, an elderly man with kind eyes and a peaceful aura, welcomed Hiroshi with a warm smile. Master Hiroshi began, bowing respectfully. "I have traveled far to seek your wisdom. How can I find true happiness and fulfillment in life?" The sage looked at Hiroshi with a serene smile and responded, "It will take you 10 years." Hiroshi's eyes widened in surprise. "But what if I work twice as hard? How soon then?" The sage paused, his smile growing wider. 20 years, he replied. Confused but still eager, Hiroshi asked, "And if I dedicate myself completely, giving every ounce of effort? How long will it take?" The sage's smile turned into a gentle laugh. 30 years, he said softly. Hiroshi's heart sank. He couldn't understand why the harder he tried, the longer it seemed to take. "Master, why does it take longer the more I strive?" The sage's expression grew thoughtful. "Imagine," he began, "that you are in the middle of a beautiful forest, searching for a rare and precious flower. If your eyes are constantly fixed on finding that flower, you might overlook the beauty of the forest around you, the vibrant trees, the chirping birds, the rustling leaves underfoot. You might even walk right past the flower without noticing it." The sage paused, letting the words sink in before continuing. "True happiness, like that flower, cannot be found by force or obsession. It reveals itself to those who walk their path with mindfulness, appreciating each step they take." Hiroshi stood silent, absorbing the wisdom of the sage's words. He realized that in his eagerness to find the answers, he had been overlooking the beauty of the journey itself. The path to happiness wasn't just about reaching a destination, it was about embracing the experiences along the way. The sage then shared a story to help Hiroshi understand further. Once there was a traveler who sought to cross a vast desert to reach a fabled oasis. The traveler was so focused on reaching the oasis that he barely noticed the world around him. He hurried along, driven by his desire to find water and rest. But in his haste, he overlooked the signs of the shifting sands, the cool shade of a lone tree, and the refreshing breeze that could have given him comfort along the way. The sage looked deeply into Hiroshi's eyes and continued, "In the end, the traveler grew exhausted, not from the journey itself, but from his obsession with reaching the destination. Had he taken the time to enjoy the journey, to rest and appreciate the small joys along the way, he might have found the oasis with a heart full of peace rather than weariness." Hiroshi nodded, beginning to understand. The wisdom he sought wasn't something that could be rushed or forced. It was something to be lived, to be experienced with patience and mindfulness. Master Hiroshi said, bowing deeply, "I now see that the journey itself is a treasure, and the effort I put in, step by step, is where the true reward lies." The sage smiled warmly, pleased with Hiroshi's realization. "Remember," he said gently, "every moment is a part of the path. Live each one fully, and the wisdom you seek will come to you naturally, like a flower blooming in its own time." With a heart full of newfound understanding, Hiroshi thanked the sage and began his journey back down the mountain. This time, he walked slowly, savoring each step, noticing the beauty of the world around him. The rustling leaves, the songs of the birds, and the cool breeze all felt different, now richer, more alive. And as Hiroshi walked, he realized that the answers he had been searching for weren't at the top of the mountain, but within him all along, waiting to be discovered in the quiet moments of the journey.